Battlestar Galactica, 1978, was a groundbreaking space saga that captured the imagination of audiences with its epic battles, unforgettable characters, and vision of humanity's survival among the stars. From the wise Commander Adama to the daring Starbuck and the noble Captain Apollo, the series became a cult classic of the late 1970s. But beyond the thrilling adventures on screen, fans often wonder, what became of the actors who brought these beloved characters to life? In this special look back, we revisit the original cast of Battlestar Galactica, then and now, exploring their remarkable careers, personal journeys, and legacies that continue to inspire generations of science fiction fans. John Colicos brought to life the treacherous and ambitious Count Baltar in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 49 years old when he took on the role. Baltar, originally a human leader, betrayed his people by conspiring with the Cylons, hoping to gain power in the aftermath of humanity's destruction. His character embodied greed and manipulation, becoming the series' central human villain. Colicos portrayed Baltar with cunning intensity, ensuring the character would be remembered as one of science fiction television's most notorious traitors. Born on December 10, 1928, in Toronto, Canada, John Colicos had an extensive stage and screen career before joining Battlestar Galactica. He was acclaimed for his Shakespearean work and also became well known to science fiction audiences as the first Klingon Commander Kor in Star Trek 1967. His other credits included appearances in The Starlost, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and numerous Canadian productions. Colicos' powerful voice and commanding presence made him a versatile actor capable of both heroic and villainous roles. Sadly, John Colicos passed away on March 6, 2000, at the age of 71 due to a heart attack. His legacy lives on in both Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica, where his performances remain iconic. Noah Hathaway played Boxey, the young orphan who became the adopted son of Captain Apollo in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was only 7 years old when he appeared in the series. Boxey represented innocence and hope in the midst of humanity's struggle for survival. His close bond with the mechanical dog-like droid Muffet, too, added warmth and heart to the story, balancing the darker themes of war and loss. Boxey often appeared in moments that reminded the audience what was at stake: the survival of future generations. Off-screen, Noah Hathaway was born on November 13, 1971 in Los Angeles, California. He began acting as a child and gained international fame for his leading role as Atreyu in The Never-Ending Story, 1984, which became a fantasy classic. Later, he pursued martial arts, dance, and even a career as a tattoo artist, showing his versatility beyond acting. Although Hathaway stepped away from Hollywood for long periods, he returned for occasional roles, including appearances in cult films and conventions celebrating his iconic characters. As of 2025, Noah Hathaway is 53 years old and continues to be remembered fondly by fans of both Battlestar Galactica and The Never-Ending Story. Richard Hatch portrayed Captain Apollo in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, a central figure in humanity's fight for survival after the Cylon attack. He was 33 years old when he took on the role. Apollo was a natural leader, both brave and compassionate, balancing the responsibilities of a skilled Viper pilot with the heavy burden of being Commander Adama's son. His loyalty to his family, his deep friendship with Starbuck, and his unwavering dedication to protecting the civilian fleet made him a fan favorite and a symbol of hope throughout the series. Hatch's performance gave Apollo a strong moral core, elevating him beyond a typical science fiction hero. Off-screen, Richard Hatch was born on May 21, 1945 in Santa Monica, California. He began his career in theater before moving into television, gaining recognition in All My Children and the Streets of San Francisco. Even after Battlestar Galactica ended, Hatch never let go of the franchise, writing a series of novels that expanded its universe and even pitching a continuation before the 2004 reboot. He eventually joined the reimagined Galactica as Tom Zarek, proving his enduring bond with the series. Sadly, Richard Hatch died of pancreatic cancer on February 7th, 2017, at age 71, leaving behind a legacy treasured by science fiction fans worldwide. Lorne Greene masterfully portrayed Commander Adama, the wise and steady leader of the last remnants of humanity, in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 63 years old when he embodied the role. Adama was not only a military commander, but also a spiritual figure, guiding his people with faith, dignity, and determination as they searched for the mythical planet Earth. His character embodied strength in the face of despair, often making difficult decisions while showing compassion to those under his protection. Adama's presence gave the series gravitas, and Greene's commanding performance ensured the role became one of the most memorable in science fiction television. Born on February 12, 1915, in Ottawa, Canada, Greene's career began in radio, where his deep, resonant voice earned him recognition as Canada's Voice of Doom during World War II broadcasts. He achieved worldwide fame as Ben Cartwright in Bonanza, 1959 to 1973, one of the most beloved westerns of all time. Beyond acting, Greene recorded spoken word albums and hosted documentary series, further cementing his status as a household name. Tragically, Lorne Greene passed away on September 11, 1987, at the age of 72, due to complications from pneumonia following ulcer surgery. His legacy as both Ben Cartwright and Commander Adama continues to endure in television history. Terry Carter took on the role of Colonel Tigh, Commander Adama's loyal second-in-command, in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 49 years old when he played the part. As Adama's right hand, Tigh embodied discipline, duty, and steadiness, often helping to guide the fleet through crisis after crisis. His character symbolized loyalty and military honor, balancing Adama's wisdom with pragmatic leadership. Carter's performance gave Tigh quiet authority, making him a vital part of the series. Off-screen, Terry Carter was born on December 16, 1928, in Brooklyn, New York. His career began in theater and transitioned into television, where he became one of the first African-American actors to hold a recurring dramatic role, The Phil Silvers Show. Beyond Battlestar Galactica, Carter found success as Sergeant, Joe Broadhurst in McCloud, 1970 to 1977. He was also a respected documentarian and producer, creating socially impactful projects that highlighted cultural and historical issues. Sadly, Terry Carter passed away on April 23, 2024, at the age of 95, reportedly from natural causes. His pioneering work as an actor and his dignified portrayal of Colonel Tigh continue to inspire audiences and secure his place in television history. Dirk Benedict gave life to the unforgettable Lieutenant Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 33 years old when he stepped into the role. Starbuck was a cigar-smoking, gambling, womanizing rogue who often bent the rules, yet his charm, loyalty, and skill as a Viper pilot made him an indispensable member of the colonial fleet. His playful banter with Apollo and his knack for getting into trouble provided humor and energy, but beneath the carefree attitude lay a courageous warrior willing to risk his life for his comrades. Benedict's Starbuck became one of the most iconic sci-fi characters of the late 1970s. Born on March 1, 1945 in Helena, Montana, Benedict built a versatile career in television and film. After Galactica, his fame grew further as Templeton Faceman Peck in the A-Team, 1983 to 1987, cementing his reputation as a charismatic leading man. He also pursued stage work and authored books, including an autobiography that reflected his outspoken personality and views on health in Hollywood. Benedict survived prostate cancer in his 30s, crediting diet and lifestyle changes for his recovery. As of 2025, he is 80 years old, largely retired from acting but still appearing at conventions, where he is warmly welcomed by fans of both Battlestar Galactica and the A-Team, preserving his place in TV history. Anne Lockhart portrayed Lieutenant Sheba, a courageous Viper pilot and daughter of the legendary Commander Kane, of the Battlestar Pegasus in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. She was 25 years old when she first took on the role. Introduced later in the series, Sheba quickly became a fan favorite, admired for her bravery, determination, and loyalty. She played an important role in the Pegasus storyline and became a valued member of Apollo's squadron, showing that women could be just as fierce in battle as their male counterparts. Born on September 6, 1953 in New York City, Anne Lockhart came from Hollywood royalty. Her mother was famed actress June Lockhart, known for Lassie and Lost in Space. Anne began acting as a child, with early credits in television before landing her breakout role in Battlestar Galactica. She went on to appear in shows such as Knight Rider, Magnum, P.I., and Murder, she wrote, as well as numerous film and voice projects. Beyond acting, she has also worked as a horse trainer and stunt rider. As of 2025, Anne Lockhart is 71 years old and still makes occasional public appearances, warmly embraced by fans of science fiction, and admired for her role as one of the pioneering female fighter pilots on television. Herbert Jefferson Jr. played Lieutenant Boomer in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. One of the most trusted Colonial Viper pilots and a close ally of Apollo and Starbuck. He was 32 years old when he joined the cast. Boomer was steady, intelligent, and reliable, often balancing out Starbuck's recklessness with level-headed reasoning. He served not just as a pilot, but also as a loyal friend, demonstrating bravery in countless battles against the Cylons. Jefferson's performance helped make Boomer an important secondary character, giving depth to the human struggle for survival in the series. Off-screen, Herbert Jefferson Jr. was born on September 28, 1946 in Sandersville, Georgia. His acting career began in the early 1970s, and after Battlestar Galactica, he appeared in shows such as Knight Rider, Airwolf, and The Dukes of Hazzard. He also had film roles including Apollo 13, 1995, and Outbreak, 1995, and has been active in theater. Beyond acting, Jefferson has devoted time to charitable causes, supporting veterans and humanitarian organizations. As of 2025, he is 78 years old and continues to attend fan conventions, where he is warmly remembered for his role as Lieutenant Boomer, a character still beloved by fans of the classic series. Leanne Hunley appeared briefly in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, as the first girl warrior, one of the female colonial warriors who stepped into the cockpit as humanity expanded its fight for survival. She was 23 years old when she played this early role. Though her screen time was limited, her presence reflected the progressive spirit of the series, showcasing that women could hold their own as Viper pilots alongside Apollo, Starbuck, and Boomer. This small role was an early step in Hunley's acting career, which would soon flourish. Born on February 25, 1955 in Forks, Washington, Leanne Hunley built an impressive career in television, becoming best known for her roles in daytime dramas. She gained fame as Dana Waring in Dynasty, and later as Ana Demera in Days of Our Lives, a role she played on and off for decades. Hunley also appeared in The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo and NCIS. Recognized for her elegance and commanding presence, she earned a Daytime Emmy Award in 1986. As of 2025, she is 70 years old and remains fondly remembered by soap opera fans, while sci-fi enthusiasts appreciate her small but notable place in Battlestar Galactica history. Maren Jensen portrayed Lieutenant Athena, the daughter of Commander Adama, in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. She was 22 years old when she stepped into the role. Athena was both a colonial warrior and bridge officer, contributing her skills to the survival of the fleet. While her screen time was sometimes overshadowed by Apollo and Starbuck, Athena's presence added emotional depth to the series, particularly in her role as Adama's daughter, and a symbol of resilience among the surviving humans. Jensen's portrayal gave Athena intelligence, warmth, and quiet strength. Off-screen, Maren Jensen was born on September 23, 1956 in Arcadia, California. Before acting, she built a successful career as a fashion model, appearing on the covers of magazines like Cosmopolitan. After Battlestar Galactica, she appeared in a few other productions, including The Love Boat and Deadly Blessing, 1981. But her acting career was brief as she retired from Hollywood in the early 1980s. Jensen later focused on business and philanthropic ventures, working with natural health companies and supporting charitable organizations. She was also known for her close friendship with musician Don Henley of the Eagles. As of 2025, Maren Jensen is 69 years old, living a private life away from the spotlight, yet fondly remembered by fans for her role as Lieutenant Athena. Britt Ekland appeared as Tenna in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, a guest role that added a touch of glamour and intrigue to the series. She was 36 years old at the time of her appearance. Though her role in the show was brief, Ekland's presence reflected her international stardom during the 1960s and 1970s. Born on October 6, 1942 in Stockholm, Sweden, she became one of Europe's most recognized actresses after roles in The Night They Raided Minsky's, 1968, and Get Carter, 1971, where she played opposite Michael Caine. She achieved global fame as a Bond girl in The Man with the Golden Gun, 1974, starring alongside Roger Moore. Ekland was also known for her high-profile marriage to singer Peter Sellers and later relationships with celebrities, which kept her in the public eye. Beyond acting, she appeared in stage productions and reality television, including I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. As of 2025, Britt Ekland is 82 years old. Though largely retired, she occasionally grants interviews and remains a cherished figure in popular culture, fondly remembered both for her striking beauty and her contributions to film and television. George Murdoch played Dr. Salik, the fleet's chief medical officer, in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 48 years old when he portrayed the character. Calm, wise, and deeply compassionate doctor. Salik provided care for the wounded and counsel for the troubled, serving as a stabilizing presence during the fleet's struggles. Although a supporting role, Salik was crucial in representing the humanity and healing needed in a world torn by war. Born on June 25, 1930 in Salina, Kansas, George Murdoch enjoyed a long and prolific career as a character actor. He appeared in numerous television series including Barney Miller, The X-Files, and Star Trek: The Next Generation, where he played Judge Wagner. He was also notable as God in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, 1989, adding to his sci-fi legacy. Known for his versatility, Murdoch was equally adept at drama, comedy, and genre roles. Sadly, George Murdoch passed away on April 30, 2012 at the age of 81 due to complications from cancer. His body of work left a lasting impression, and his portrayal of Dr. Salik remains a key part of the Battlestar Galactica ensemble. Dennis Fimple appeared as Dougie in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, adding depth and humor to the Colonial Fleet's supporting cast. He was 38 years old when he played the role. His easygoing style brought relatability to the chaos of the war against the Cylons. Born on November 11, 1940, in Taft, California, Fimple studied drama at San Jose State University before embarking on a television and film career. He became a recognizable face on American TV, guest starring in series such as Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Maverick, Kung Fu, and Here Come the Brides. He also appeared in movies like King Kong, 1976, The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again, 1979, and later gained cult status for his role as Grandpa Hugo in Rob Zombie's House of 1,000 Corpses, 2003. Known for his humor and warmth, he was beloved both by colleagues and fans. Tragically, Dennis Fimple died on August 23, 2002, in Frazier Park, California, at the age of 61, following complications from a car accident. His sudden death was a great loss, but his lively performances continue to resonate with audiences. Lorette Spang portrayed Cassiopeia in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, a character with one of the most interesting transformations in the series. She was 27 years old when she was cast in the role. Initially introduced as a socialator, a futuristic courtesan, Cassiopeia evolved into a caring and courageous medtech, proving her worth to the fleet and becoming a respected member of the colonial community. Her romantic relationship with Starbuck was central to her arc, adding emotional depth to the roguish pilot's character. Off-screen, Lorette Spang was born on May 16, 1951 in Buffalo, New York. She began her career guest starring in popular 1970s shows such as Happy Days, Emergency, and The $6 Million Man. After her success in Battlestar Galactica, she appeared in other television series before stepping back from acting in the mid-1880s. Spang married actor John McCook, known for The Bold and the Beautiful, and together they raised 3 children. Outside of Hollywood, she has dedicated herself to family life and occasional public appearances at science fiction conventions. As of 2025, Lorette Spang is 74 years old, still cherished by fans who remember her as Cassiopeia, a character who grew from vulnerability into strength. Ed Begley Jr. portrayed Flight Sergeant Greenbean, a loyal and lighthearted colonial warrior in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. He was 29 years old when he joined the cast. Greenbean often provided comic relief while still contributing bravery and skill as a Viper pilot, showing that even secondary characters had an important role in humanity's survival. Though not as prominent as Apollo or Starbuck, Greenbean became memorable for his humor, good nature, and presence in some of the series' most challenging missions. Born on September 16, 1949 in Los Angeles, California, Ed Begley Jr. has enjoyed one of the most enduring and respected careers in Hollywood. After Battlestar Galactica, he appeared in countless television series and films, earning acclaim for his role in St. Elsewhere, 1982 to 1988. Beyond acting, Begley became equally famous as an environmental activist, championing clean energy and sustainable living. He authored books on eco-friendly lifestyles and has been a visible advocate for climate awareness. With a career spanning more than 5 decades, he has appeared in both comedies and dramas, as well as voice acting. As of 2025, Ed Begley Jr. is 75 years old and remains active in acting and environmental advocacy, admired as both an entertainer and a humanitarian. Wilfred Hyde-White played Anton in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, bringing an air of dignity and cultured wisdom to the survivors of the colonial fleet. He was 75 years old during his performance in the series. Anton reflected much of Hyde-White's screen persona, sophisticated, witty, and intellectual. Born on May 12, 1903 in Bourton-on-the-Water, Gloucestershire, England, he studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and began his career on stage before moving into film and television. His breakthrough came in British cinema before gaining international fame in Hollywood productions. He is most widely remembered as Colonel Pickering in My Fair Lady, 1964, and for appearances in The Third Man, 1949, and Thunderball, 1965. On television, he guest starred in Columbo, The Twilight Zone, and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Known for his eloquence and dry humor, he remained active into his later years. Hyde-White passed away on May 6, 1991 in Woodland Hills, California, from heart failure just days before his 88th birthday. With over 140 credits to his name, his career exemplifies the golden age of British actors who successfully transitioned to Hollywood. Richard Lynch played Wolf, a menacing warrior in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, bringing his trademark intensity and villainous charisma to the role. He was 38 years old when he appeared in the series. Though a relatively brief appearance, Wolf fit perfectly within Lynch's career, as he was renowned for portraying dangerous, intimidating figures in science fiction and action. Born on February 12, 1940, in Brooklyn, New York, Lynch had a troubled youth and suffered severe burns in a 1967 accident that left his face permanently scarred, ironically giving him the distinctive look that fueled his long career as a memorable villain. He went on to appear in more than 150 film and television roles, including The 7-Ups, 1973, Invasion USA, 1985, Halloween, 2007, and TV shows like Star Trek: The Next Generation. Despite often playing villains, colleagues remembered him as a kind and gentle man off-screen. Tragically, Richard Lynch passed away on June 19, 2012, at the age of 72, reportedly from a heart attack. His legacy endures as one of Hollywood's great character actors, forever remembered for his commanding screen presence. Murray Matheson portrayed the cunning IL series Cylon Spectre in Battlestar Galactica, 1978. A role perfectly suited to his refined presence and distinctive voice. He was 66 years old during his performance on the series. Spectre was manipulative, diplomatic, and often schemed behind the scenes, contrasting with the brute force of other Cylons. Matheson's performance brought an air of intelligence and sly menace, which made Spectre stand out despite limited screen time. Born on July 1, 1912 in Coonamble, New South Wales, Australia, Matheson began as a stage actor before moving to Britain and later Hollywood, where he became a staple in American television. He appeared in shows like The Twilight Zone, The Old Man in the Cave, The Prisoner, Columbo, and The Alfred Hitchcock Hour. His urbane demeanor often landed him roles as aristocrats, intellectuals, or mysterious figures. Off-screen, Matheson was admired for his charm and professionalism. Sadly, he passed away on April 25, 1985, in Woodland Hills, California, at the age of 72, from cancer. Though many of his roles were supporting, his body of work established him as a versatile and memorable character actor. Bruce Glover took on the role of Megan in Battlestar Galactica, 1978, bringing his trademark intensity to a small but memorable character. He was 46 years old at the time of his appearance. Known for his eccentric mannerisms and menacing presence, Glover fit seamlessly into the series' gritty atmosphere of survival and conflict. Born on May 2, 1932 in Chicago, Illinois, he served in the U.S. Army before pursuing acting, eventually becoming one of Hollywood's most distinctive character actors. He achieved international recognition as the flamboyant assassin Mr. Wint in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever, 1971. Partnered with Putter Smith's Mr. Kidd, Glover also appeared in Chinatown, 1974, Walking Tall, 1973, Ghost World 2001, and countless TV series. Beyond acting, he became a respected teacher of drama and mentored younger performers, including his son Crispin Glover, who gained fame in Back to the Future, 1985. Bruce Glover's career spanned over 6 decades, marked by fearless and unconventional performances. He passed away on March 12, 2025, at the age of 92, leaving behind a legacy of bold, memorable roles that cemented him as a true original in Hollywood. Lloyd Bochner portrayed Commandant Later in Battlestar Galactica, 1979, a role that highlighted his ability to bring sophistication and gravitas to even brief appearances. He was 55 years old when he performed in the series. Later was a stern and authoritarian figure, and Bochner's presence gave weight to the part, consistent with his reputation as a versatile character actor. Born on July 29, 1924 in Toronto, Canada, Bochner enjoyed a career spanning more than 6 decades. He became well known for his chilling performance in the Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man, 1962, which remains one of the series' most iconic installments. He appeared in numerous television shows including Dynasty, Hawaii Five-0, and Murder, She Wrote, as well as lending his distinguished voice to animated projects such as Mayor Hamilton Hill in Batman, the animated series. Off-screen, Bochner was active in the Screen Actors Guild and engaged in humanitarian causes. Sadly, Lloyd Bochner passed away on October 29, 2005, at the age of 81 due to cancer. His wide-ranging work in film, television, and voice acting ensures his place as one of the most respected Canadian actors of his generation. Who is your favorite character from Battlestar Galactica? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.